Benjamins. They know you get money, well, how are you spending it? Is this your passion or is it about Benjamins? Is it about cash or the fact that you didn't quit? Talk to me, let's sip on some wine. Discussion about future, the past, and the grind. What's an excuse when it's last on your mind? I love what you do, may I ask for your time? Talk to me.
Welcome to the Talk to Me podcast. I'm your host, Don Worm, and sitting with a few friends and co-hosts. We got Elsa, Marcina, and Toke in the house. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Haven't seen y'all in a while.
It's been a minute. It's been a long minute, but we back. The weather's getting warmer.
Yeah. I'm on the third episode on this podcast. I feel like, I'm a little special right now.
I know. Welcome, Toke. It's the first time I see you on here. So.
I know.
Let's see what you bring to the table.
I hope I bring something to the table. Shoot.
Becoming a regular out here.
Right? I'm a local now.
What'd y'all get into this weekend?
In these streets.
Shit.
My fault.
I'm gonna just start off. Mine was very boring. Yeah, mine's very boring. I just stayed in and did a lot of work with crypto and stuff like that. So I just been staying home and I actually pulled my groin, so I really can't do much. So it's not like I'm out there like trying to catch twerk in the clubs. It's not gonna happen. Like the groin is not not capable. I don't have the facilities for that right now.
How'd you pull it? Sports or something?
Yeah, I think I hyperextended it, and so it's been kind of like it's just horrible. I want to go back to the gym so bad.
That's the worst.
Yeah,
and that pain. Oh my goodness.
I've had like a tailbone issue, but like a groin issue is like where your pelvic bone is or where your legs are connected.
In the front,
It's just, I didn't know it was a lot of movements. Like even just doing some ab workout, you just strain your groin.
Yeah. Or you just got to rest it out and then get back into it.
100%. Yeah, I'm going to take my sweet old time.
Yeah. Well, I had a good weekend. My mom was actually here. She was only supposed to be here for a few days and then she stayed for a whole week. So we had a little brunch at home type thing, and it was cool. It was nice.
Nice.
On the balcony. We just moved to Arlington. Want to let our peoples know.
Okay.
No longer live in DC, so now we're in Arlington. So we're
nice.
We know the neighborhood and stuff. And if you have any suggestions as to where I should go, Don, what are you saying?
More. Keep going. What else? What else about Arlington?
What about Arlington? I feel like you tricking.
What you seen me? Didn't you? Who'd you just see 30 minutes ago?
Oh, I just saw Dom. We live down the street from each other. You're right. I thought you were tricking me. I'm like,
So
y'all are neighbors.
Yeah.
So he literally walked over here. Isn't that cool?
Yep.
Nice.
In a hot jiffy. I'll make mine quick. Wait, was that your whole weekend? Sorry to cut you off.
It was.
Okay.
My mama.
I'll make it quick. Went to a graduation party, expecting to see someone there randomly to go smack, and she was not there. I was fucking sick. That's about it. That was my weekend, you know what I'm saying? A little boxing training here and there, but just wanted to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? I was not let down because I didn't know if the lady was gonna be there, but I was gonna meet her for the first time. You know what I'm saying? I was anticipated. The boy got fresh, everything. I was like, yo, she about to be there. And
so question. So how long did you prep for this moment? Like, were you planning this for weeks? You're like, you seen it?
Funny thing is, I wasn't even on the invite list. I was a +1. And I was like, oh, she know this girl.
You checked the Facebook event? That's what you did?
Nah, it wasn't a Facebook event.
Okay.
How'd you find out she was going?
Because that's the graduation girl's best friend.
Oh,
true.
okay.
So I just assumed. I was like, she probably about to be there.
Yeah. Facts.
We were supposed to meet like fucking a year ago, but like this was like when I had like some like a charity event and like at like a club or whatever, and I wasn't paying attention to the girl. Long story short, but yeah, that was my weekend. I was saying I was a little upset, but it's all.
So Dom, just quick question. Was that so because you felt a little hurt, she didn't come, is that the night you got messed up and didn't come to your close friend's engagement party the following day?
Yes.
Sheesh.
I was had a pool.
I had to pry you a little bit. He was like, no, I'm too lit. I was like, I don't know what he did.
I haven't drank until 3. Well, I done it about a month ago, but I drank a lot. Let's just say that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll add a little bit of spice to the weekend. So it was my last weekend at home. I'm in Tampa now again. I had my best friend stay with me for a few days because of the Ria's engagement party.
Okay.
So we had moves Friday, we had moves Saturday, we had moves Sunday. It was like the first time in a long time where I had back-to-back moves. I don't know if you can hear my voice. It's like super hoarse. And
Yo
that's
was
why
yelling all night.
we were yelling, drinking, hookah, all that mixed in together now, kind of like fucked up. But it was a good weekend. It was fun. We got into like a little situation with one of my friends. So this guy that she met him one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the second time she wanted him to like meet up with us, go for drinks, whatever. He was like, yeah, I can do that. Oh, by the way, I got us a hotel for everyone. I got a hotel for everyone to pregame in so that they can be comfortable, so we don't have to go like bar hopping, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, okay. So he got a hotel. Mind you, this is going to be the second time they saw each other.
Ever.
Yeah. But the first time we're all hanging out, in a group. So he was like, he didn't say like, I got a hotel just for me and you for the night. He said, I got a hotel for everyone to be comfortable and feel safe, So my question is, do you think the woman is obligated to stay the night because he got it for, he was nice enough to get the hotel? And for guys on the other side, do you guys expect her to stay the night? And now, mind you, that you guys are like, have been, texting, talking,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only the second time y'all see each other.
I think it's a kind gesture on the man's side to be able to buy or rent out a hotel room for her and her girls at a spot, outside of where they're normally at. I mean, that's just my opinion, but like, that just is the furthest extent they can go. I mean, you can't really feel like it's obligated to do anything beyond that. I mean, that's really just more of the comfort zone on both sides. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just more of a kind of gesture that he did that. But if he was expecting something by doing all of that, then, he's probably a little bit too much. But if they're talking and they've already been talking about that, I mean, sky's the limit, it could be anything.
Right.
Yeah, that's just my opinion.
Damn. Yeah. If it's the second time that I've met up with him, I wouldn't feel obligated to stay. Like Tok said, it would it's a nice gesture, but I would have to see what the vibes are that night. Because since it's the second time, I got to feel him out, see if, he's, just giving him his attention to me, or if he has his eyes on somebody else.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like
the connection in person is different than it is when it's on the phone.
Texting too.
Exactly.
So I would have to feel it, but I wouldn't feel obligated at all. If at the end of the night I'm not feeling it, then.
I mean, and that's the truth. I mean, that really does come down to the end of the night, in my opinion. Also, I mean, I totally agree with what you're saying, because like, if the vibes aren't there, even if I bought the hotel for you and like the vibes aren't there, then I'm going to be sleeping in that hotel by myself. I don't want to be. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's my opinion too. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So what about that girl you were just talking about? What if, since you said your friend was meeting her, she didn't come. Now we're going right back to you.
I was ready to answer your question.
Yeah, but she didn't want to know her social security
then we can
number.
go back to the girl that didn't go. For the record, I never talked to that girl that I thought was gonna be there. So anyway, she didn't end me up. But to go off what you're saying, I was listening to all y'all. Yeah, definitely rolling with that. I think early, or just, I don't think you should really ever have any high expectations in the beginning of a relationship, or y'all haven't even have they confirmed they both are like really interested in each other? Have they went on dates? Have they ever stayed together before? Like, it's a lot of ways you gotta look at it. Like, have they kissed? Have they done anything? Have they? I'm asking you.
No. So that would be their second meetup. The first meetup they didn't kiss.
It's a bold move. It's definitely.
It's all new.
I'm not expecting anything.
Yeah,
but I mean, I will say, I'm not gonna call that dude a child, but I think that's somewhat immature, premature.
It's a bold move. It's definitely a bold move.
But I will say this: I'm definitely sliding that. So I don't know if you're staying with ex and whoever. You could stay with me if you want. I'm throwing that out there just to give her an option. But if she say no, all right, it's whatever. But I'm a definitely kiss her a lot at the end to try to persuade her to stay.
insinuate the situation.
Try to finesse that joint when she leaves, smack that ass. If we're at that level. If we're at that level.
It's an X-rated podcast today.
It's a lot of things that go into it.
This is an X-rated episode.
But I'm not expecting anything though. I'm not.
All right. Well, if y'all want to know, so I mean that did happen this weekend. They were super feeling each other and stuff, but she didn't stay because she had like other obligations the next day. And
Yeah.
also it's like, you don't want to give in too quickly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was super nice on the
Yeah.
guy's side. And obviously this guy's a little bit older, you know, so it's like, he made it clear through text, like, hey, I got it just for everyone to be comfortable. I'm not like expecting anything. But I'm like, that's why I wanted
nice
to
of him to say.
ask with guys, do they low key do expect something? You know what I'm saying?
I'm weird though. I kind of don't even like, I'm not gonna act like it. Obviously I'm gonna act like I want you to stay, but I'd rather you not stay for a long skin. Like I like the chase.
That's another thing.
Really,
Yeah.
I don't really
She
like
played
it.
her cards right. Yes, girl.
Yeah, see,
Uh-huh.
like I said, I feel like that's a bold move also because like, you know, you're just kind of like winging it to expect that they're gonna stay over, you know, and like when you fumble the bag, that you really just fumbled a bag. Like you just spent a lot of money. Like you can't just go up like, hey, so like, can I just return this one room or two rooms? Like, yeah, it's kind of awkward.
But it's the thing, dudes be getting their self in dumbass situations. Like dudes, like if a dude will do that, he'll tell his boys like, yo, come through, I got girls coming, like I got the telly, most likely my girl gonna stay. So he got all them pressures with, you know what I'm saying, obviously his expectations and his boys like low-key like, oh, that's you, damn, she bad, you know what I'm saying. Then that's when the thirstiness come, and that's when you start taking L's, and then next thing you know, you loser. You know what I'm saying?
And your homies just showed up and it's just a all homies fest. It's not even
looking
no
at
shorties
like,
there. No shorties there.
Between us four and everyone watching, it was more than just a room. It was a whole, it had a kitchen, it had a dining room, it had a living room, it had two bathrooms.
Oh, she fumbled.
Like,
she fumbled.
You got the suite.
Yeah, she fumbled. That's a suite.
I was like, yo, this is bigger than my apartment.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen a kitchen in the gym. In the telly?
In the telly?
Like a little kitchenette thing, but not.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh,
he probably said I was gonna make you dinner and all that.
What did he
stuff.
say the next day? And then we can move on. What did he say the next day? Like,
well, I didn't ask. It was not my conversation, but he had a good time, and he's applying pressure now, so it's so good. You know, now he's on the chase.
Yeah.
So
there you go. Yeah,
he got that grown man money.
Power to her, yes, girl.
But power to the guy too. Was nice of him to do that for. You know, not only his boys and his friends, but
impress her and her friends.
Impress her and her friends, yeah.
And then impress because obviously we're talking about on the podcast. You know, it's something that it's like it's a move. It's a power move. That's a power move.
And speaking of power moves, power couples.
Ooh, that was a crazy.
I know we spoke about the J-Lo A-Rod split a few weeks ago, and Mr. Ben Affleck was probably trying to finesse. And
fucked around and hit a home run.
And it looks like he did because they went on vacation together. So for the younger viewers that are watching, J-Lo and Ben Affleck were together in like 2002.
Long time
ago. They were engaged. They broke it off apparently because it was too much going on, too much paparazzi, whatever. But now they're apparently dating again. That's what everybody's saying. But the thing is, she was just engaged to Alex Rodriguez. So my question is, when is it okay to start dating after an engagement or a long relationship?
Are we saying in like a regular, everyday human citizen like perspective or a celebrity?
People that are watching us.
So it's like celebrities, they be going like to the next one on the next week. Like the Ariana Grande stuff was crazy.
Right. But you know, like she claimed to be all in love with A-Rod. So to me, she's always been in love with love. So we're just gonna act like she's one of our homegirls. Like, when is it okay to jump into the next relationship?
So I guess I'll start off. The thing is, there's no set time for anyone. Everyone is different, but it does seem a little sketch if you're like, let's say in a 2-3 year relationship, and then the following month you're already dating someone else. That means one, you already have maybe fallen out of love and have been talking to someone prior.
True.
Or two, I don't know, that's almost like a disrespect thing, you know, like, oh, we were together for 3 years, doesn't really mean much. I'm gonna date this guy now, you know? Me personally, I think I like time to pass a little bit just to heal and make sure there's no animosity, you know, no bad blood or whatever before I talk to the next person and date them. So yeah, there isn't, you know, I have had girlfriends who've had boyfriend after boyfriend with like within breaking up and then like 2 to 3 months later they're on the next one. And it's like, are you, you know, you good? Everything's good?
Right?
Okay, yeah. Everything good? You know, I just want to make sure your conscience is clear. You don't feel guilty, no bad blood. So I don't think there's a true time limit, but for me personally, it would, if it's a long like engagement or a long relationship, it would probably be in like 6 months to like 2 years.
Yeah, how about
Probably
you,
a
Paul?
while. Mhm.
Yeah. I think just to go off of their situation, I think it's straight only because she had past relations with him. Yes, it was 2 decades ago, basically, but obviously they were friends throughout, those years, and she was engaged with Ben Affleck. So I don't think it's that crazy. If it was like a random dude, then I'd be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, that would be.
So that's my take on.
Wait, were they engaged or were they just dating back in 2000? In the
They were
early 2000s?
engaged.
They were engaged.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure I knew that
So
fact.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's that bad, but 20 years ago, that's crazy. But as far as like a long-term relationship, I'm garbage with relationship shits. But um damn. I don't
Like,
even know
how
what
would
to
you
say.
feel? Like, put yourself in A-Rod's shoes. How would you feel?
Oh, I would be
Not
sick
thinking-
regardless.
Yeah,
It
I
could
think
be anybody. I'm
all
gonna be
male
sick.
will be
Yeah.
very
Not just
sick.
being J-Lo, but I'm
Sick.
saying like
Yeah.
if your ex-fiance or whatever moved on that quickly, how would you feel?
Yeah. I'm assuming she
Hurt.
probably broke up with him then if she moved on that quick. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And if my girl broke up with me, I'm already gonna be sick. And then you go and date someone else, that's putting more salt in the wound.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I mean, you go first also if you want to. I'll go last.
Oh no, go
too.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could have been probably. I don't know. I'm not gonna just assume, but maybe it was probably something toxic, and I'm just assuming from like maybe past relationships or whatever. But maybe that's why she, like what Mercina and Dom said, prior to them ending their relationship, there must have been something in between that timeline to where they're at now, where she moved on so fast. So I think everybody has a coping mechanism, a different coping mechanism. So for me, it takes me years before I go ahead and trust another girl again. Like I'm just kind of like I take my sweet old time. But like some people like they actually rely on being in a relationship to make them feel better. Like I know a lot of people jump to the next relationship immediately, even after being in a long relationship, 2-3 years. It could be a rebound, whatever it is. But they do that just because the comfort of having someone by them in that connection. It could be a fraud connection, but it still ends up being that that's what they want. So I mean, maybe she's like that. Maybe J-Lo was like that, and maybe she just want to rekindle that fire with Ben.
Yeah.
And that gave me another thought when people, girl or guy, are jumping from relationship to relationship, it's hard to pinpoint, like, obviously there were flaws in you, it's not just the other person. So why don't you take some time look back at like what could I've done better, how can I fix my flaw for the next relationship, like always better yourself for the next relationship.
Absolutely.
That's why I kind of question when people move so quickly. It's just like just to kind of fill a void, either temporarily or long term. So
I think you hit the nail right on the head, because before my current relationship, I was finally single for a while. And I took that time to myself. I was the one who would jump from, one long term to another long term and, be infatuated and all this.
You needed that self-growth.
Yeah, but I realized, hold on, girl.
Yeah.
Get it together, get yourself and there's still things obviously that I know I need to fix and do better on. But that time by myself really helped me. But I also know that there's times when women, they know they're about to break up with you. But it takes them a while to actually make the decisions. I don't know if this is what happened with J-Lo, because all these rumors about him cheating. Maybe it's been a while when she was like, I'm gonna let him go at some point.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and talk to Ben.
Yeah.
So
I got a question for y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I do be saying shit like I know females, but out of the two, normally females are the main ones. If we had to choose one gender, are the main ones to jump relationship to relationship. Do y'all agree? If we had to pick one.
No,
not necessarily true.
All right, so I'll keep it non-gender based. So if your friend is like that and you're thinking they're doing it a little bit too much, how do you guys handle it? Do y'all be like, yo, chill out? Like, what are you doing? You just let them do them? Or do you put yourself in their shoes? How do y'all normally handle that?
I would usually say, like, have fun. I don't want to hold anybody back from
living their life,
doing their thing.
Yeah.
They're like but I do understand that doing it while you're heartbroken is tricky.
For sure.
Once you have, like, you can jump into something else. And I'm a true believer in, like, once you have sexual relations with somebody, your souls connect. And that's
So
dangerous because if
yeah.
you're so feeling over somebody else and then you having sex with a new guy and then you falling for him too, then you're just in a trap. So
Yeah.
I usually say, be careful, have your little fun, but remember that you still need you time. Like you should take your time, but people gonna do what they want to do.
I want to actually comment on the first part of that question, Dom, when you said, is it like more females or males who do it? The only reason why my head went straight to girls actually do it more, well, one, from personal experiences where, the girls I follow, they're more public with stuff. They're quick to post them on their story, on their real post, like show them off. And guys are more low key and they won't say shit. So maybe it is guys. Maybe guys do move quick too, but they won't let anybody know. That's why they're,
we move in silence.
You move in silence, but we're
silence.
always like I can name a couple of girls who have like been in a long-term relationship and then like within 6 months they're engaged to someone else and obviously post it. So then we're talking, but wasn't she just with him like a year ago? Now she's engaged, and girls will publicly display that a little bit more than the guys will.
Sure.
That's the only reason why I would say girls.
Funny thing is, that was one of my questions I had, but I ain't put it on the doc. So since we're on this topic, why do you think people, once they get out of a relationship, they feel like they have to be like, they feel like they upgraded, or females feel like they have to be more sexy on the gram and guys feel like they have to flex? Why do you think they do that? Is because they hurt more insecurities, or they just want attention, or all of the above? Why does that tend to happen?
They need some dopamine when they post it, to get some
literally.
likes, to get some
it's absolutely
some
that some serotonin in their bodies that make them feel a little bit better. Like, they're like, I moved on. Like, I definitely got out of this.
My hair flip.
No, but like I've actually been like in relationships where we've separated, and the girl would like, either get her ears pierced or get her hair colored, something different, like dye her hair differently and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's a sign of moving on. You can see that's a sign of moving on. They like got their tongue pierced. They're like, oh, hey. Yeah, so like that's, I mean,
hair,
I don't know. Yeah, everything. I mean, like, I'm not gonna hold you. I got yadded after I got we got out of a relationship, and I felt like it was a glow up a little bit. So I don't know. It's like a little bit of a little serotonin too, So
I'm laughing
I
because
agree.
I'm guilty of it.
It's a thing. It's a very subtle
hair
thing.
Change is always a thing.
Hey, do you? It's self-growth. You figured it out in a couple weeks, and you feel like you don't want that relationship again. That's self-growth. Hey, do your thing.
It's almost like, I'm speaking for the girls, where it's like, once you break up with someone and dye your hair or do something, that's the end of it. Like, there's no going back,
I said, oh, they on the next chapter.
At least the end's off.
I was like, oh shoot, they on the next chapter already. I need to move on too then. Like, damn, I'm still on the previous chapter.
I just cry and then stalk you for a year.
All right. Okay.
Next question before we get done.
Yeah, Messina, run this up, please. Cool.
Yeah, wild. Well, there has been, I don't know when this news came out. I don't know if y'all familiar with Tiffany's, the jewelry, girls love Tiffany's.
Yeah. Tiffany blue.
They actually just announced a launch of men's engagement rings. So obviously everyone knows when a couple gets engaged, the woman gets the ring. Men don't get anything. They just get a yes, hopefully, from their lady. So for the ladies, also, would you get your man an engagement ring? And fellas, would you accept it? Now, my first question is, have you guys seen what they look like?
No.
Can we, all right, y'all talk about it. I'm gonna pull it up for you so if we can like show everybody.
They look a little like just, I don't know what the word is in English. Como grueso is, the word is, that's literally thick in English, but they look like extra to me.
But it gotta look different, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to tell the difference between a woman and a man, so I feel it.
Oh yeah.
Because for real,
because the band is thicker, but it's just, I don't know.
And what is it supposed to look like? We don't even know what it's supposed to look like. If this
is not supposed to be one,
it ever came out, like you gotta do some extravagant, weird looking shit. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I'll answer first. I would think that would be sexy. I'm not the type of person to be like, man, that should be a manly thing. Like if my woman want to do that, for sure, that would be dope. But that just mean I gotta come back with something harder. Like instead of going to, let's just say, Cancun, we gotta go to Australia for the movie.
Keep talking. I'm gonna see if this works.
But that also means you have to say yes. So what if it's somebody who you're with?
Nope.
We'll put it on the screen.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
it looks like this.
That shit look hard. I like it.
It's very minimal. They're trying to make it the
Yeah.
master vanilla stuff.
Put some diamonds on my shit. How much it cost?
Let's see what this one goes for. I'm about to look. But the thing is, I don't know how I feel about that one fat diamond in the middle.
I like it.
It's a lot for
You
me.
do?
My future wife
Yeah, I
out there,
can't.
I need
It's a
that.
no from me.
I'll
They're like, we
propose
aren't
when
going
I
to tell you
need
the price because I can't find the
I
price.
think you have to like customize it first.
it.
Hmm.
Other
What you
than
about to
that.
say, Elsa, though?
But it depends though, Dom, because what if it's somebody who you're with that you're not even ready to get engaged to or be married to, and she drops down on one knee?
I'm gonna say no.
Then like that'll mess everything up with the, I don't know. I just feel
That's
like
her fault. She
Have
should have read it
y'all-
right.
This is very off
She should
topic.
have read it right. What am I gonna say? Yes and not
no,
yes?
usually I don't know, because what if she's ready and you're not, or something like that? Like
Have y'all? There's this new show on Netflix called The Baker and the Beast, or The Beast and the Baker. I don't know if y'all.
I haven't seen
I
it.
watched it. I actually really liked it.
It's a great show. I actually enjoyed it as
Right?
well. There's a scene where the girl actually proposes to her man's, and it was kind of awkward. Well, I guess in his position, he wasn't really feeling her that much, and I just was cringing at that part just because I just like, it was a whole like scene to it. And like, I just see myself like when I'm trying to propose to a girl, like I know that's going to be a scene, but if you're just like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm old fashioned. I have to be the one to ask my girl, like, does she want to be engaged with me or any type of stuff? So that's probably where like it resides, just solely through that. But like, I don't know. It just feels weird to have a girl like go on one knee. Like you just don't see that. I don't even look at on Twitter and all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh,
Isn't
my
it a
girl
lot?
just like I seen that like kind of like more often now than usual."
But why do you think it's weird?
It's not weird, but the reason why I say it's weird is because it's not seen, like it's rare. But like at the same time, it's like when you grow up and you're thinking of like wooing a girl and all that stuff. It's a man way of doing things. So like when you're showing that like you're proposing, it's supposed to be a big deal. I just if the script just switched on me, I'd be thrown off. I'd be very thrown off. And actually, like I wouldn't know what to say at that moment. I'd probably be excited if I wanted to marry her, but like I'd be like, I don't think we planned this at all. Like I don't think.
Sure.
I'm gonna like now when I'm in my future relationships, I'm like, you cannot tell me you're not pulling up with a ring. Please just don't
Right.
let me do that.
It's funny you mentioned that show because just for a little bit of background, the woman who proposed to the guy, one, they were together for 4 years, I think, and two, she's a really strong female figure in the movie.
Yeah.
Like she has her
Very
own business.
independent,
She's like
very alpha.
super independent, so she knows what she wants. And that's like society now. There's a lot of independent females.
Yeah.
We have our own businesses. We're doing our own things. So maybe that will change, in society. For me personally, I don't want to propose to my man. I want him to do it to me. But yeah, I can see that, happening a little bit more often.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know we all thinking traditionally like the male should and the female should, yada, 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 yada. But I think it has to be like, how Tokina said, as a male, you're supposed to woo her. In some case scenarios, you're gonna know your woman.
Yeah.
What if you have already wooed her so much, or surprised her so many times, and she gets to the point where she's like, all right, he's been doing this so much for me, I feel like I owe him this, and then I'm gonna get him that male engagement. I'm gonna get on his knee. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, if he were to super, woo me and we were together, I would get him jewelry, like maybe like something nice, a nice piece of jewelry, but it will not be specifically an engagement ring.
Like what is it called? A promise ring or something like that? Like a promise ring?
Not even a promise ring. Like if he likes jewelry, maybe
with
a Rolex.
Yeah,
or
a Rollie, some
something.
earrings,
Nice
or a
watch.
necklace, or something like that. A watch, yeah.
My joint
Exactly.
balling then. Shit.
Yeah.
One of my boys over the weekend, he was like, "Yo, I'm about to get a roller. You trying to get one?" I said, "Bro,
Leave me alone, bro."
The thing with me is like the more I'm like falling for someone, obviously once we're in a relationship, like of course I'm gonna like buy you little things here and there and details like that, but I would never get on a knee for no man.
That's just
like
it's just very
no, like if he knows, like he's wooed me enough, then that's his chance to go ahead and drop down on a knee for me. Like that means you should be ready.
And just looking at it physically, like, so how the Tiffany's engagement band, it's like a thick band with a diamond, and then the wedding band is a thick band. So you don't have like two thick ass bands.
That's gonna be like this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Remove your finger.
Facts.
It's gonna look ugly. So
I mean,
and then they because it's an engagement, right? The engagement probably lasts like a year before the wedding. You're just gonna take it off and put it away and never wear it again.
Well, you know, like I
So-
said, I mean that
Do
specific
girls do
engagement ring. Wait, do what?
that?
No.
When
No,
I-
girls
I'm
have
married-
like a wedding band and then
And
like a
then
thin
the
wedding band
actual
and then
wedding
like
ring.
the
Yeah.
Actually,
So when they
yeah.
get on wedding day, they take off the engagement
ring.
You get
And
your
then
wedding
what they
band
do?
on, and
Put
then
it
you
in a
put your
box?
engagement ring over the wedding band.
Mhm. So it makes more sense for the females than not for the guys as much. But I think it's a cool concept.
The concept is it's different,
That shit
but
is-
I think the ring itself is all right. Like the Tiffany's like ring is all right, but you know, there's room for improvement. Actually, I hope there's no room for improvement. I don't want that to happen. Actually, let's just kind of like discontinue the whole like the whole thing.
Oh my goodness.
You're like, dear future fiance, do not.
So I'm,
Do
I'm
not
getting
do
a
this.
no vibe from everybody that now y'all learn about an engagement.
not-
ring
Like
for
Dom
men.
said, yes.
Nah,
Dom
my
said
girl
it.
can do that.
Yeah, Dom
Baby,
Dom is a
baby.
different breed.
Baby, whatever you want to do to make me smile.
Dom, I just hope that if that ever happens, you say yes, because I can see you saying no.
I
I'm
know.
gonna say yes. If we get to
Elsa,
that point,
If that ever happens, we gotta replay this
Yes,
show.
we gotta make
And
sure.
be like, mhm.
you remember back in 2021, May, you said, yeah, I do. But shit happens. All right, let's get into this Audacity segment.
Uh-oh.
All right, so a friend of mine put in this story. Okay, so I'm reading in second person. Okay. Over the weekend, I met a group of girls and I ended up isolating myself with one of the girls. But that wasn't the one I wanted. However, I can continue to talk to her for a couple of hours. As the conversation went on, she told me she had a man, and I somewhat felt like I wasted my time. But I continued the conversation while the girl that I really wanted was over there not talking to anyone. So we ended up, swapping, IGs. We left, we went home, and I thought to myself, man, I feel like I could have finessed and talked to the girl that I actually wanted. So my question for you guys today is, would it be wrong if I messaged the girl that I was talking to all night the next day, since she does have a man, not a boyfriend, but a man that she's talking to? Would it be wrong if I texted her the next day and said, hey, would you mind if I talk to your friend? What should I do?
I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, if she claims she can't get
If
butt
she got a
hurt,
man,
that she
why
doesn't
can't
wanna
she be
talk to
mad?
you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Wait, how does she explain? Oh, this was your friend that's in this.
Ask the question.
Because did she straight up say I'm talking to someone? Or because if she mentioned the guy,
Yeah.
then that means she's like into him.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
my boy was trying to figure out like how deep they were in the relationship. So he asked her, he was like, would you grab drinks, go to a happy hour with me if I asked you like this upcoming Wednesday? And the girl responded, yeah, I would, but just don't, jump to conclusions or anything, because I am talking to someone and I am pretty loyal, even though we're not dating.
Okay, see, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're almost exclusive, but
They're not,
She
like,
don't
they're
know.
not. Yeah.
it sounds like it's like they haven't really put the foot in the door yet.
Yeah.
Well, Dom, you mentioned in that question that within like let's say the first hour she did mention she's talking to someone, but he decided to continue the conversation for the rest of the night. I think that's on him. If he, if I was, if I'm interested in someone and they tell me they got like a man they're talking to, then I'm like, all right. And especially because that wasn't his first pick, right? He wants to talk to someone else. Like, oh, okay, like good talking to you, catch you later. And then go to, I think it was his
And
fault
then
for
go
choosing
to her
to
friend.
continue to talking to her.
Then go to her friend that's sitting right next to her.
I mean,
Yes.
essentially, like that's not
Like,
really an
everybody's
issue.
out having fun.
She, like, yeah, like the
So
joint.
just go smack right to her next friend.
It'd be like, oh, okay, you're in a relationship or you're about to be in a relationship. All
Bye.
right.
And
And
shit, if
I
that was a
literally
good-
move my chair to the left and I look at the other girl and I start talking to her. How are you doing?
Shit,
My name is Tokina.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If someone went smack at me, I'd be like, oh, I'm talking to someone, but hey, it's my
Yeah.
friend,
Yeah.
Don't
the
choose
girl
them.
didn't-
Well,
but the
she,
girl
she was
didn't
like,
do that,
what?
I feel like your boy was just fumbling left and right. Like he got into a situation and he was like, oh, she in a relationship. All right, well, I'm kind of stuck in this situation, but I
Yeah.
want to go smack her friend. And then I feel like he put himself in a weird bubble, a weird situation.
And he didn't even have to.
He didn't need to, exactly. He didn't have to go further with that.
What if he think he fired and he can, oh, y'all ain't dating, y'all ain't boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's fair. So he think he could be able to pull that. Okay.
I would do that. I understand if it was the girl that he wanted to talk to and he was still trying, like, you know what? I don't care if you have a man, but I'm gonna still try because I really like you.
But the girl was attracted though. Both females were attractive, my boy said.
All right, so this would be the bad situation if he had went up to the chick. She already told him that she's already talking to somebody else. He said, all right, I can still pull this in my head. Like, that's what he was thinking. So he put more pressure into it and it just wasn't going anywhere. And then in the back of his head, he was like, dang, I still want to go smack at his friend. Yeah, he furred himself. That's the only way. That's the first, it can't really, he should have U-turned, should have just yielded and went left or something. Like, I don't know. That's just how I see it.
His fault. It's like
that's his fault.
I agree.
So it wouldn't have been bad if he hit up the girl and be like, yo, or is it it's too late now, ain't it?
To hit up which girl?
The girl that he really wants.
Sitting and talking to.
What do you think?
Oh wait, which one was it? Which one would he?
So the girl that he didn't talk to at all, how should he go about getting her attention? Should he be like,
oh, I got it. Ready? So I noticed you all night. I wanted to come up and talk to you, but I was kind of mingling with other people. Didn't have time. Just want to introduce myself, get to know you. Can we go out for like a couple drinks?
He said that. I'm talking.
You compliment her first. But then she's gonna be like, well, if you didn't notice me all night, why didn't you come up to me? Some girls are like that. Sorry, what was your question?
No, I'm talking about the next day. Is it a lost cause? How should he go about, handling his business, trying to get his baby?
No, I think he should compliment her first. Say he noticed her at the party, thought she was cute. Well, should be down for some drinks or like.
So he should follow her and open with that sentence, something like that.
Elsa.
Along those lines, I guess. I mean, like.
But what if I'm thinking?
How much pressure did he put on that other girl?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, what if she says, "I saw you talking to my friend"?
Exactly. If he didn't put that much pressure on the other chick, I mean, it's free ball game. He might as well shoot from outside the stadium.
Fact.
Yeah. That's a half court shot. It's no problem.
I'm gonna tell him that. Yeah, this is crazy. Okay.
But if he wasn't putting that much pressure and knew she was like, like it was all right, that it was pretty much done.
Yeah, nah.
Then he could.
I seen them. They wasn't like touching or anything like that. They was sitting down on the couch, but talking for like an hour and a half. To some people, that could be a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially when there's
you
a
get
lot
to
of
know
people.
somebody pretty well in an hour.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Damn, they ain't got up to dance or nothing.
Nah, they danced a little bit. Yeah.
Oh. I'm like, that's a long time to be talking to somebody.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Well, but it wasn't
twerking.
Into them, yeah, but damn.
It wasn't twerking though, but it was like some face to face. Like, oh, you got.
Yeah. But if she claims that she's talking to someone that she's kind of serious, but they're not together, I wouldn't waste my time on talking to one guy the whole night.
Yeah.
You low key cheating at that.
Yeah, you're really she's exercising her options now too.
Sure. That's what he was thinking. Because she said bye.
Tom, and you said, did he DM her and ask her for drinks? And she said yes, but just to let you know, I'm talking to someone.
Nah, this was all in person. Everything we talked about was all in person. Oh, after this day, my boy said, my boy ain't say nothing to her after that.
Oh, geeked.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He shouldn't talk to the girl that's talking to somebody.
Yeah, that's something.
Chances are she don't know what her situation is or where she stands with this other guy. She probably hurt, so she went out. She's trying to talk to somebody else, but she's still trying to be with this other guy. It's a mess.
I think,
but also for men, for the men, quit thinking you can continue to apply pressure. It's just going to backfire, and you're going to self-sabotage your chances of talking to someone you actually want to talk to.
Yeah, I was gonna say advice that I would give is you should just dead this whole thing. There's more fish in the sea. Like that's pretty much it. Like you're putting pressure. If she's really bad, like top like 10 out of 10 or something like that, I guess you could put the pressure. But yeah, I think the situation he put himself in was already a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah.
So
that was like he said he hasn't been out in a minute. So
yeah, I'm gonna be socially awkward when I walk out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be very socially awkward.
Do this?
Yeah, I'm gonna mess up my drink when I tell the bartender. I'm gonna say like a vodka tonic. I don't even know what the hell I just got that. That's what's gonna happen.
That's crazy. I mean, things are opening up in a few weeks, huh?
Yep.
They are.
Everyone's gonna be outside.
Jimmy was out every night. I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Is next weekend Memorial Day weekend?
Nah, 2 weeks.
And 2.
2 weeks.
Well,
Everybody,
yeah, not this weekend. Next
everybody
weekend.
going up to Tampa the Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Miami,
Oh, for real?
which for a bachelorette party. Yeah,
Ooh, that's fun.
it's fun, but I heard it's already very, very crowded because it's Miami, and then you throw in Memorial Day weekend when people are off on
Oh, it's
Monday.
horrible.
And I was like, we got a nice ass Airbnb, so we're gonna stay our asses in the Airbnb and just
Yeah, buy some bottles and
order some meal
Yeah.
strippers. You know, I'm just kidding.
That's dope.
When
Girls can do that. Like,
Mhm.
if I'm going to Miami, I'm out and about. We ain't staying in the crib.
Yeah, that's a
But
big
girls
fact.
can have fun, like just
Mhm.
chilling for real. Obviously, y'all ain't
Yeah.
chilling, but you could be capping for the pod. You ain't about to be chilling at the house all weekend.
She said male
Not
strippers.
not
She's
all
capping.
weekend, but if we paid a lot of money for a really nice Airbnb, like has a pool, a grill, like it's huge.
Oh yeah.
do
It's
everything.
like you
there,
spend that
yeah.
much money, you might as well throw a party yourself.
I
you know,
probably
in
go out
there.
for like brunch or something like day
Yeah,
drinking.
yeah.
Exactly.
You gonna
Yeah.
have your mask on the whole time, or you ain't gonna have a mask on at all?
Hmm?
Well, I'm not vaccinated, so I think I should.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they lifted the Florida mask mandate, so
It seemed like they lifted
They're
it.
doing the same out here.
Everywhere looking like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're way ahead of the game right now. Everybody's literally not wearing a mask.
One of my
I'm
boys. Oh, go.
no, go ahead. I was gonna talk about COVID. Go ahead.
Oh, well, yeah. One of my boys, he goes into work every day, and no, his full building, like let's say 1,000 people. Not if you've gotten a vaccine, you don't have to wear a mask inside. So that's where it's getting close to.
I feel like I'll be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm still like uncomfortable.
We're just in this like, this era, this time and age where like we just have been put in our house for a year and a half. And when we go out, like just to the grocery store, we need to just put on our mask. If we're putting like we're going to the gas station.
Yeah.
So just and I've been saying it for a while, we're just literally waiting around until they tell us, okay, you don't have to do this anymore. And everyone's gonna be like freaking out a little bit. They're like, I mean, not everyone has a vaccine, I think it's only like
Yeah.
40% in the whole country right now.
Mhm.
So just like, what are we doing? Should I wear my mask? Should I not wear my mask?
Mhm.
Like, people are vaccinated and some people aren't. And people could be capping and say they're not. You say they're vaccinated, but
They
they're really
are.
not.
Mhm.
It's like, show me your card.
Yeah.
Have you posted it on Instagram?
I got it in my back pocket. Like, what?
Posted it on Instagram for real. Everybody posted it on Instagram.
Yeah.
No, my thing is I got COVID late February, early March, and so I have probably antibodies.
And you
But
have
how long do they last? The end of May marks 3 months, and I'm like, well, I'm going to Miami for like a week, 2 weeks, so it's like
I've heard 3 and I've heard 6 months. Who knows?
They did say docs.
I
I don't know.
Who knows
it
that?
depends, right? It depends
But
on the
it says you're supposed
person.
to wait. You
It really
should
does.
wait if you've gotten it already. You should wait a few months.
So yeah, for
Mhm.
me, I got COVID early February. Actually on my birthday. It was sad.
Oh,
But I
Wait, till
on your birthday.
I was-
I got it the week after my birthday.
it's wild. It's wild. I was like, okay, it's not a sad story now, so guys don't feel bad. But I went to the hospital the first time for it, and then I was like, it wasn't that bad. And then the second time I had to go to the hospital was on my birthday. So I was in the hospital bed, like I had to like, the oxygen and all that stuff, right? And I was just thinking to myself, like, yo, this is a trash birthday. Holy crap. I'm in the hospital right now. Like this is horrible.
You had to
And then,
get
like,
oxygen and all that shit.
You actually,
I mean,
that's
so like it wasn't that much. Like I have really bad asthma. Like just growing up, it's just I was one of those kids that had to walk with the inhaler or like I had to do the blah blah. What's it called? A nebulizer. Sorry. And as I like grew up, it was just like I swam a lot and all that stuff, so my asthma started going away. So I didn't have to worry about it. But COVID is a host of like viruses. So it's a cold, a flu, and pneumonia. And when you have COVID pneumonia, it's just times 10. So I'm talking like when I was laying on my side, I had a hard time breathing. And I've never had a situation like that. So they did for a little bit, but that like they gave me a little bit of oxygen and all that stuff, a little bit of IV. I ended up being fine. They gave me steroid to kind of just stop the pneumonia, to slow down a little bit. But yeah, so
That's
afterwards, like long story short, I was thinking the same thing. Like I have the antibodies, how long does it last, blah, blah, all that stuff. But I'm still like pretty near with my parents and I like, see them a lot. So I don't I kind of just like, I was very skeptical about the whole vaccine thing in the beginning. Absolutely, before like sometime last year, I was just like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know if I want to do the vaccine, but I did some research and I felt a lot better about it. And then so when I took the vaccine, I was just like, I just don't want to get my family sick. That's it. I have like my sister, she has a daughter that's my niece. She's literally 2 years old. Like I don't want her to get sick. So it's just all that. So I just got the vaccine. I just sucked it up. So I mean, after 3 months, I think it should be fine. But I mean, it's really a lot of people. They will just rely on their antibodies. I know some people that will do it. And I mean, I don't think I've seen any issues. And I've seen people that have had the vaccine and still got sick with COVID. So yeah,
Bro.
That's
It's
happening.
a thing, yeah.
But
It doesn't make you immune to COVID.
it's only like 90% or something like
I
that.
know, but like, was it really bad? Because supposedly, I know it doesn't block it 100%, but like you said, 90% also. But it's supposed to enhance your immune system so you won't get super sick.
Yeah, I mean,
So like,
I
were they
really,
super sick?
I mean, I honestly, I don't know. Don't quote me, but like, I feel like one of them had gotten the vaccine, but he was a lot older and he passed away. It was like a family friend. Yeah.
It depends because you just never know how your body's gonna react.
Like exactly. When you're like the older age is a lot worse. And I even like seeing where I was at, like I was like, dang, I can't imagine like if my parents were to get something like this, So yeah.
The craziest part when I got it was my second day moving into this apartment, and my parents were staying 1 week with me. Mind you, I live in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. It's like a little over 700 square feet. Once I, started to feel like chills and stuff, I went to go get tested. I was positive and I started crying. I was like, you guys like you guys are with me for a week. If you guys get it, like I don't know what I go crazy. So they were with me for like 5 to 6 days. They did like shopping for me. I made them get tested and they were both negative, thank God.
Thank God.
And they didn't get it. And it was just me, which I was fine with because it just felt like the flu for me. But that's why I'm like, how long do these antibodies last? Because I don't want to get it the second time. God forbid. So you got your vaccine?
Yeah, I mean, like the odds. Yes, I did. The odds of pneumonia isn't as high because pneumonia isn't one of those like flu type, cold symptoms. Like you got to really, you got like pneumonia. Even as you get older, pneumonia isn't good for you. Like that's like not as common for an older person to get it. So I don't know about that side, but like the cold and flu side may just reoccur if you end up getting it. I don't think that would happen. But I'm just saying, like I really don't know. Yeah.
And it's hard because you're living in Florida and everyone's kind of reckless out here.
Shit. I know. A lot of my friends are like, Florida don't really care about this whole thing. And I'm like,
Florida been stopped caring.
Yeah. They won the pandemic. They say, yeah, all right. Yeah, all right.
Crazy.
Yeah. Just crazy.
But yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys made it out of that.
Appreciate that.
It's been a scary year.
Yeah, it definitely has been.
Well, at least people are getting vaccinated. I just pre-registered to get vaccinated here. So hopefully in the next month I'll do it too, and things will kind of get back to normal. Hopefully.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys really know, but there's not really a flu shot anymore. It's gonna be the vaccine. The vaccine is now our flu shot.
The COVID vaccine specifically.
The COVID vaccine, yeah. So it's going to be more of an annual thing. That's what they're trying to push it on us. But it's because now the variant is stronger that it won't just be the flu. It could be more than the flu.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
And it's a tack on top of that. I don't know about the other ones. I just know about that Pfizer. They said the folks that got the Pfizer vaccine, hopefully you can get it, Marcina. It protects you, or we'll just go with protects you from all variants or strands that are out there also as well. So that would be dope.
Man, that's crazy. Instead of saying, oh man, like flu season is approaching, we're close to flu season, it's like, oh shit, it's COVID season.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah,
the flu disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's pretty much just morphed all together.
Yeah,
that's the best way to explain it. So it's no longer just the flu when you're getting sick now.
Everything.
It could be pneumonia too, depending on how things are. But
that's crazy.
I don't know about I don't know about the last taste and smell though. That's I don't know about that part. That's different. Yeah. But I'm sorry, what were you saying, Marcina?
No, because when I got sick, I was like, oh, this feels like the flu. Maybe it's not COVID, maybe it's a flu. But now that you're saying that, it's like, no, the flu doesn't exist anymore. It has morphed and evolved. into something bigger. So it's like shit.
And when you did take the COVID test before, I'm like giving a whole science. I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm just letting y'all know that. But when they were taking the COVID test, or people were taking the COVID test, really all the symptoms that would trigger it to be COVID or positive of COVID is if it was a flu or a cold. If you had a sniffle or something like that, or something along the lines, it's pretty much going to trigger it the same. It's a COVID test. You have you have COVID.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
So like, it will, ultimately, like my nephew Tristan, he had gotten COVID and his wasn't even close to what mine was. He actually was just like chills, probably a little bit body ache and all that stuff, but not anything crazy. So everyone's body is different, but it still would be considered COVID. That's just how it's, and the rapid testing is not going to give you immediate results the way if it should be if you were to have your results given back to you in like 5 days or a week or whatever it is. That would give you more precise answers versus a immediate result like
those 30-minute ones.
Yeah.
Well, I did both. I did the
Yeah.
rapid, and once the rapid came back positive, I was like, well, if this shit is positive, then I guess I am, But
I did the rapid too, and it said positive. I was like, all right, it's donezo for me. I'm just gonna have to lock myself in my bedroom. I said, I don't even care if it's right or wrong. I'm just gonna lock myself in the bedroom. That's it.
The only one symptom that I really appreciate that is not COVID is sneezing, because everyone had allergies. So if you have allergies, like my friend, she got sick and she's like, I got, sore throat, itchy throat, sneezing. She went to go get tested and it was allergies. So
that's good.
That's one thing.
I was getting beat up by pollen and COVID. That's crazy.
In February, ain't no pollen in February.
All right, my fault.
Hey, it sounded good, right?
Hey, it was good, right?
God.
She didn't need to do that though. All right, yeah.
My fault.
No, you're good. Don't play it. All right, well.
Y'all got anything else?
No.
Nope.
Mosquito in here.
Nope.
True.
No.
Well, I want to say thanks, ladies, for coming back. We definitely missed you and appreciate you. And also thanks to for popping up, giving us some game about the COVID.
I was in my hospital bed doing some research, man. I'm telling you right now.
True.
Good to know. I didn't know some of the stuff that you were saying, but now it makes sense.
They call him Dr. Toad. Man, that boy well-rounded. He gonna find him something one day. All right. Thank you for watching. Talk to me.